guys, this is a video to explain a couple of things, including answers to a couple of questions in relation to, I recently did a video talking about the heat in the transmission and the torque converter. I've also done other videos. Now, back to basics, some people really don't know about the transmission, the torque converter, and the main questions that came up or are coming up seem to be, why does it matter if it gets hot? And why does it get hot? So possibly first question, why does it get hot? Why does the transmission temperature go up? Why does it get hot? Which we've sort of kind of explained in other videos, but we'll try and do it as simple terms as we can here and focus on it. And then after that will be, why does it matter if it gets hot? Why does that matter? Like, who cares if it gets hot? You know, who cares? Does it matter? Okay, so first things first, we are traveling at exactly 100 kilometers an hour with our cruise control set, and the transmission temp's 78 degrees at the moment, and we've got converter lock in top gear, 6th gear in a 2019 1GD FTV GX Prado, which is very light on its feet. So there's another video that goes through the torque converter and the torque converter slipping and what the revs are and when it happens, so you can sort of get an idea of what's going on. And right now that's what we've got, the torque converter slipping. Now, that first question, I suppose, guys, this is a bit like a podcast. If you want to look at the nice sunny blue sky and a quiet trip on the ring road, you can watch. There's not going to be much to see in case, I suppose, unless there's some sort of incident. So yes, it's a bit like a podcast. You could just sit back and listen. Okay, so listening's cool. Basically, that first question was, how does it get hot? So how does it get hot? And my simplest way to explain that is, when you start your engine, the engine is running, what we call the engine's running then, right? The engine's turning, and if you look at our videos, how an engine works, there's part 1, part 2, and part 3, so search on our channel how an engine works if you don't get that part. Remember, we're talking back to basics. When the engine's running, it's turning, okay? You know that needle there that says, 700 RPM, right? That's the speed that crankshaft's turning, revolutions per minute, RPM. Okay, now, obviously when your vehicle's sitting still, like at the traffic lights or before you've moved off from anywhere, the wheels are not turning. So you can't just engage a turning engine to not turning wheels smoothly without something that slips, right? So like a soft start. Now, in some vehicles, that's your manual transmission and your clutch, where it's controlled by the person, basically slipping the clutch until it fully engages. Okay, that's what your clutch control is with your, usually with your left leg or your left hand on a bike, whatever the case may be. But you're slipping the clutch, and obviously the less slip the better, because that minimises the wear. But of course you need to do it smoothly. Now, in automatic things, bikes, whether they're whatever they might be, or cars, bikes, kids' toys, there's some motorbikes, centrifugal clutch, and in motor vehicles it is a torque converter, what's called a torque converter. It is your soft connection, if you like. It's your, the best description is that. It's a soft connection between your transmission. So you've got your engine, the next component really is the transmission before it goes through your driveline to your wheels. So the soft connection, or that's the item that slips. The torque converter is what slips, okay? It slips to have a smooth connection and a smooth takeoff between your engine and your transmission, okay? So that's what it is. Just think of the torque converter for this video as a automatic clutch, okay? It's slipping. So that, I think, answers the question. It doesn't really answer the question. Why does it get hot? So it's got oil in it to lubricate it for it to operate, for its operation. And when the torque converter's slipping, that is what makes the heat. So that, I suppose, that's what answers the question. How does the transmission get hot? Well, it certainly doesn't get hot in the transmission. The ways the oil get hot are heat transfer from the engine, because the engine gets hot, so the metals are all connected, bolted together, so a little bit of heat will come through the transmission that way eventually. The other ways the transmission warms up is there is a transmission cooler slash warmer, and that is the transmission fluid runs in lines up through the radiator to both warm up and cool down, more to the point, get the transmission running at the right temperature. But the other thing that's a bit out of control, and the craziest thing of the whole equation, is the torque converter, because it makes most of the heat. It makes, I'll put my estimate at, we'll call it at least 90% of the heat, okay? If you didn't have the torque converter slipping, the transmission would stay cold a very long time, even with the heat transfer of both the coolant and those metal materials being connected together, right? So either way, your torque converter slipping, that is the main way. So that's where it gets hot. The more that torque converter slips, the more the oil gets hot and gets heated, and it heats up really rapidly. Like can be quite a few degrees a minute. It all depends how much you're slipping that torque converter. It all depends, definitely, how much you're slipping it, okay? So if it's slipping a little bit, the less slip you got. When I say the less, the smaller percentage difference between your engine and your drive line, the less slip and the less the heat is going to be created. The more slip you've got, the more heat's going to be created. So the harder you drive the vehicle on takeoffs and on the brakes, on the accelerator, driving aggressively is going to create a lot more heat. Now the circumstances we've demonstrated driving vehicles, it's not just for Prados or whatever we may be driving at the time. It's the same story for all motor vehicles. Doesn't matter what they are. It's not a problem with Toyotas. It's not a problem with Prados. It's all vehicles. So the better you understand it and understand your transmission's operation and avoid that slipping, the better condition your oil's going to be. Because that next question, so I think that answers the question, how does it get hot? It gets hot in the slipping torque converter, and I hope that's been well explained. Now, why does it matter if it gets hot? Why does it matter? Well, that's a good question. Why does it matter if it gets hot? Well, maybe it doesn't matter. It all depends how hot it gets and for how long. Basically, oil, when it's new, it's all in good condition and everything like that. Now we have to slow down to 40 k's as we go past these police vehicles. So we do that. Lucky nobody ran in the back of us almost. Because the guy next to us, you can see he didn't do it. He kept going anyway. And as soon as we pass, we're on the gas again. Okay, so that was cool. Where were we? So, easily distracted, and I think fair enough, wouldn't you say? Not easily enough, perhaps. Otherwise, I could have slowed down a bit more, a bit sooner. But there was cars behind us, and again, they're not looking ahead, and they don't know what's going on. So we're being cautious of that. I think they woke up to it just before I had to put the brakes on a bit harder. Otherwise, yeah, I probably would have gone a bit faster and been technically braking a little bit to save someone running in the back of us. Anyway, hard one, that one. That is definitely a hard one. I've heard even the police don't really like it, so there you go. Now, that's why does it matter? So the next question was, why does it matter if it gets hot? Is that right? Yeah, we've done how does it get hot? Why does it matter? Well, oils, when it's new, it's in good condition. It lubricates, it protects, it works really well, and it's got additives to do so. Now, as the oil it's basically called oxidization. Without getting too technical on it though, to put it simple, the hotter the oil gets and the longer it's hotter, the oil's oxidizing, so it reduces the quality of the oil, if you like, and it can't do its job to protect the transmission parts from wear. So in the longer term, your transmission's going to get more wear. Now, with, for example, the Toyotas, they're awesome. They're probably going to maybe last forever anyway, but it all comes down to, if people don't know about what's happening with the transmission, they can really get cooked. And if they never go anywhere where they get an oil change, okay, and that's the only thing you need in most cases. You don't need to strip transmissions, take pans off and clean this and that out. They should be remaining clean, particularly if the maintenance is being done. Filters don't block up. All it needs is an oil change, okay? And I would recommend around about every 100,000 kilometres is probably the interval. You can let it go a bit longer than that. You can let it go a lot longer than that. Some vehicles, the transmissions, the quality, they're just not that good, and you probably should do it every 50,000 k's, and it's still going to fail on you at some point. Who knows when? It all depends what brand. That's another can of worms. So, why does it matter if it gets hot? Because the heat damages the transmission. I'm really happy with any temperatures under 100 degrees. I'm not concerned. That doesn't mean once it gets to 100, or 105, I'm worried. It's a lot hotter than it should be or needs to be, but I'm not concerned about that. I prefer to see transmissions around the 80 degree mark. 90's all right, 100's okay. 100's kind of my limit where I want to go. Give it a break, you know, it's getting up there, but that doesn't mean if you see it at 120 once that your oil's destroyed, because it may have only got that hot for one short drive up some hill and it momentarily got hot. It's not going to damage your oil in a matter of moments, you know. If you do that all the time and it gets hot all the time, that's your oil that's going to get cooked a bit more, okay? And most people probably don't even know their transmission temp. So I hope that's answered those questions in advance. I hope everyone's happy with those answers, and that explains that really awesomely. If it did, please give me the thumbs up to let me know I did a good explanation, and in the comments let me know if you didn't, you know, if you've got any other questions, and we'll keep that in mind for the next videos. And if you haven't already, guys, please subscribe and turn the bell on. Hope you enjoyed the drive, the sunshine, or if you had it in your pocket or whatever and you were just listening like a podcast, even better. Happy days. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This was a listener, not a demonstration, but we've got other demonstration how to do things videos and plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. See ya.